something.
You've got to be kidding.
Little something from the Elvis estate. Little something here, it's nice.
Just, can I try it? Should I?
Please sit on down and we'll give you a pina colada.
Look at this thing. Look, Flipper. Right now there's a soundman going, what are you doing?
Oh, God. I better relax.
For 3 decades, Johnny Carson was the unflappable king of late night. There was one guest who consistently dismantled his composure. Here are 9 times Robin Williams broke Johnny Carson on The Tonight Show, starting with the night he walked out with retirement gifts. The final appearance, May 21st, 1992. The penultimate Tonight Show. Johnny Carson is 2 nights away from retirement. The audience knows he knows. And the last comedian he books before Bette Midler closes the run is Robin Williams.
In this business, there are comedians, there are comics, and once in a while, rarely, somebody rises above and supersedes that.
Carson introduces him as a comic persona unto himself. Williams walks out carrying a pile of retirement gifts. He drops the first one on the desk, then the second.
I brought you a little something.
You've got to be kidding.
Little something from the Elvis estate. Little something here, it's nice.
Just, can I try it? Should I?
Please sit on down and we'll give you a pina colada. There you are.
Oh, God.
Here we go.
Can I sit in the sun today?
We're going to Spago.
Carson lets out an audible, "Oh God," and never recovers for the rest of the segment. Then Williams produces a parody Life Alert pendant and hands it to him.
To LA Medic Alert, it says, "I've fallen and get the hell away from me." A little gift.
Oh, isn't that nice?
Hey, boss.
A rocking chair.
Carson is wiping his eyes. Williams pivots into the LA riots and the BMWs pulling up to the Radio Shack. Then he locks onto his real target for the night, Vice President Dan Quayle, who had just attacked the show Murphy Brown.
The Murphy Brown thing, I think George said it.
All right, here's the deal. I want you to go out there and talk about Jerry Brown.
What follows is the bit that the entire post-show coverage zeroed in on the next morning. Williams voicing Bush coaching Quayle, scrambling Brown after Brown until he lands on the wrong one.
Jerry Brown, Buster Brown, Buster Brown, Buster Brown, Audie Murphy, Murphy Brown! Murphy Brown makes me so... Don't you realize that he's Rain Man?
162, 163.
Carson, mid-laugh, just starts counting numbers, admitting on air that he has given up trying to host the segment.
Murphy Brown makes me so... Don't you realize that he's Rain Man?
162, 163.
Williams keeps going. He breaks down George Bush. He does the wagon train walk. And in the middle of it, Carson volunteers his own pot joke about Jerry Brown. And Williams lights up at the boss landing one of his own.
Brown's problem was he never exhaled. So that's right. You like that?
I love that.
Thank you.
It's the only Carson break that ever happens because Carson himself made the joke. The clip remains the single most cited Carson break on internet supercuts to this day. While the final appearance was the legend started 11 years earlier with a guest Carson had never met before. The 1981 debut, October 14th, 1981. Robin Williams is a 30-year-old TV actor known almost entirely for Mork and Mindy. He has done one previous late-night appearance, 3 years earlier with Dick Cavett. Carson introduces him as a guy who almost never does outside television. The audience does not know what is about to happen.
Tonight, as you know, he's the star of the very successful Mork and Mindy show, which is beginning its 4th season on the air. I begin this Thursday. And he's going to be seeing a new film late next spring called The World.
Williams walks out and immediately becomes a televangelist, then his own neighbor, then a man being ministered to. Carson hasn't even sat down properly yet.
Believe that comedy can heal you. Praise the power.
Praise the Jesus.
And Sears had a sale, this furniture went cheap.
Carson tries to ask a normal interview question, whether Williams gets nervous before going on. Williams says yes. Then he tells Carson he has dyslexia. Then he delivers the line that gets his first Carson break of the night.
I suffer from severe dyslexia, too. I was the only child in my block on Halloween to go trick or trout.
Carson throws his head back. Williams instantly becomes the kid's parents, reacting in horror. Carson tries another question. Where Williams grew up, Williams becomes a mental patient, spots the boom mic overhead, and does the move that becomes the entire episode's signature.
Look at this thing. Look, Flipper. Right now there's a sound man going, what are you doing?
Then he picks up Carson's coffee mug, takes a sip without permission, and lands the line that gets the desk slap. Carson stops trying to interview him. From this night forward, for the next 11 years, he never tries to host Williams in the conventional sense again. While the 1981 debut was the night that started the legend, the 1983 appearance was the night Carson laughed like a father. New father, 1983. June 16th, 1983. Robin Williams comes on Carson with a brand new son, Zachary, just months old. Williams is wearing a coat from what Carson calls the Toilets Collection. Carson, himself a father of 3, has no idea the segment is about to turn into the most personal Williams has ever been on his show.
Robin's wearing a lovely coat from the Toilets Collection.
You'd make a nice male model.
Oh, yeah, those people going,
Williams pivots to the birth itself. He becomes a Brooklyn cab driver coaching his wife through LeMays. He becomes the OBGYN. He becomes Jackie Stewart, calling the placenta like a Formula One race.
The deep breathing exercises, which eventually evolved when the actual childbirth came, the deep breathing exercises evolved into give me medication. It was incredible. We went to this Jackie Stewart in the room going, it's a great placenta, look at it coming out there now.
Then comes the umbilical cord bit, the one Carson, a father himself, can't keep his composure through.
Umbilical cord.
We gotta do a commercial, but for a moment you really thought you'd...
Oh, I thought, don't cut the umbilical. If you didn't cut the umbilical, wouldn't it be wonderful? You can go out going, you never met a man I didn't like. You can go diving. You can always go diving, have a friend stand on the shore.
Williams keeps going. He describes his son's first words as power of attorney. He describes coming home to find his wife already overwhelmed. And Carson, visibly leaning forward, hand to his face, just watches.
My son has a great trick he does. He goes,
Father, look, I don't have neck muscles.
This is the Carson break that lands warmer than all the political ones, because Carson knew what Williams was describing. He had 3 sons of his own. While 1983 was Carson laughing as a father, 1984 was Carson laughing so hard he broke his own hosting rules. Out of Control, 1984. April 3rd, 1984. Williams is promoting Moscow on the Hudson. He walks out into a stage decorated with daffodils from a Washington State festival. Carson tries to make small talk about the flowers. Williams instantly turns it into a faith-healing infomercial for kitchen appliances.
oh, it's Reverend Gene Scott's the best to watch because he's always like, believe me. Take no medication, but I'm on TV 48 hours a day. Come on, send that money now.
Carson is already gone. He gestures at Williams' suit. Williams turns it into a fashion line called the Marquis de Sade 2 Suede. Williams gestures at the daffodils on the stage. He spots a tag on them, and he attributes the bouquet to all the failed NBC shows of the previous year.
These are all from the NBC shows that have died the past couple of weeks.
Thank you, Mr. Silverman, for that lovely bouquet. You know, the only place that midgets can have a barroom brawl is on an airplane with those little bottles. Like, come on.
Carson is leaning sideways out of his chair. The official Carson Entertainment Group titled this clip, Robin Williams is Out of Control. Carson Entertainment chose the title themselves. While 1984 had Carson laughing through the politics, 1986 had Carson silent for 12 straight minutes. Lightning fast, 1986. February 6, 1986. Williams is on Carson promoting The Best of Times with Kurt Russell. The Cold War is raging. Reagan and Gorbachev are about to summit, and what Williams does in the segment that follows is what becomes known among Carson historians as the lightning fast appearance. 12 minutes of unbroken material with Carson functioning purely as audience.
I just saw Danny backstage drinking a few beers, talking to the babes.
Come back to my house. You ever seen a transformer? Look at the way it changes.
Williams pivots to his own son Zachary, now 2.5. He demos teaching him to sing. He demos the kid's first words. Then his Mickey Mouse impression at Disneyland.
Fun, and I thought Mickey Mouse would be nice, but to him, Mickey Mouse is a 6-foot rat. It's like,
Oh, little fella, I've got 3 fingers.
Carson is leaning fully back, eyes shut, mouth open.
Then there's Henry Kissinger going, move his arms, move his arms. I hope that one day they go back to Geneva and he and Gorbachev get together, have a couple of fists of vodka, and there's old Misha.
Then Williams launches into the Reagan and Gorbachev summit fantasy, voicing both leaders trying to negotiate over fake vodka.
Listen. Okay, listen. No, look me in the eyes, you old cowboy. Look here. Not the map of Albania, right in the eyes. Listen. We'll lose the missiles, okay? We'll lose the missiles if you lose this Luke Skywalker stuff, okay?
Williams keeps going. He becomes the Pope. He becomes the Soviet Politburo. He hits the Russian leader's eyebrows.
All I want is maybe a little bit of Western Europe and nude 3D picture of Brooke Shields, okay? I like her because the eyebrows remind me of Brezhnev. Come on!
This is the appearance Laughing Squid singled out as the moment Carson continued for another 12 minutes straight without interjecting once. Hand to face. Crying laughter. While 1986 was Williams alone, 1987 was Williams promoting one of the most important movies of his career. Good Morning Vietnam, 1987. December 1987. Robin Williams is about to release Good Morning Vietnam, the role that will earn him his first Oscar nomination. He's booked on Carson's Christmas episode alongside Bob Hope and Tony Bennett, and the moment he walks out, he targets the biggest celebrity story of the year, Michael Jackson.
Michael Tyson is bad.
You are healed.
I believe now.
I believe.
Isn't it strange about Michael Jackson? The fact that he travels with a chimp, sleeps in an ozone box. Even the Inquirer is going, I can't print that.
Strange person, isn't
He goes after the Elephant Man's bones, the famous tabloid story of Jackson trying to buy them. Carson is hiding his face.
Why would you want the bones of an elephant man?
I don't know. It's like
to sit in your house out in Encino. I don't understand.
Williams pivots to royalty. He had just performed for Princess Diana and Prince Charles in London. He tells Carson what he wanted to do, a banjo joke for the South, and what would have happened to him if he had.
I do that there,
While he's sitting
and
there.
then end up in the Tower of London with a large man named Bubba. Hello, you're my friend now.
Then comes the bit that closes the segment. Williams imagining a Tennessee accented pope replacing the Polish one.
When you think there's a Polish pope with two names, and people in the Deep South are going, hey, why can't we have a pope from Tennessee then?
Per IMDb's user review of the broadcast, Carson doesn't even have much of a chance to get into the act or ask any questions. He is too busy laughing.
His name's Pope John Paul. We'll have a pope named Pope Joe John James. There it is. Now, here's that, and you have a guy named Newton next to him saying Cardinal Bubba. How you doing? You know, instead of wine and wafers, we're going to have Jack Daniels and beer nuts.
This is the late-night christening of Williams' arrival as a movie star. While 1987 was Williams hijacking the holiday show, 1991 was Williams sitting next to Robert De Niro's career. Awakenings, 1991. January 10th, 1991. Williams has just shot Awakenings opposite Robert De Niro. The reviews are ecstatic.
Shakespeare stuff. You think about Shakespeare, you think about a man basically with the education, second-grade education, wrote some of the greatest poetry of all time.
He's been nominated for a Golden Globe, and Carson, who calls Williams one of the most original creative minds working, sits him down to talk Shakespeare. Williams pivots to Mel Gibson, who had just played Hamlet. He starts running impressions of how other action stars would deliver the soliloquy. First, Sylvester Stallone.
You ever picture different people playing Hamlet, say to be or not to be, like Stallone?
Oh, Stallone.
Mel Gibson just did Hamlet, pretty good.
Then he shifts into Arnold Schwarzenegger as Hamlet, flexing his nipples through the wall.
Back, watch out, Denmark. Mother, come here. I love you. Big kiss for you. Sorry, you're dead. Look over here. I'm going to do another speech, but first, I'm going to tear through a wall and flex my nipples.
Carson is leaning sideways, wiping his eyes. Then Williams lands the third impression. Jack Nicholson reading Neither a Borrower Nor a Lender Be through a leering smirk.
Oh, Nicholson, you can think of him.
Yeah,
he could do
Nicholson.
great. He'd be a great Hamlet, just like neither a borrower nor a lender be.
The audible Carson cackle that breaks through the audience laughter is one of the rare lost it moments fans isolate from the entire run. Then Williams tells the story of working with De Niro and what it was actually like to film inside a real mental hospital.
It's weird, in this movie, I was working with Robert De Niro, who was obviously a whole other style.
Yeah, well, Bob is not a funny guy.
I think Nostradamus said, when they meet, that will be the end.
While 1991 had Williams alone, the next 1991 appearance had Williams sitting next to his comedy hero, a meeting Carson had spent 10 years setting up, with Jonathan Winters, 1991. September 19th, 1991. Carson does something he had never done with Williams before, books him alongside his idol, Jonathan Winters. The two had previously worked together on Mork and Mindy, where Winters guest starred. Now they're sitting on Carson's couch at the same time, and Carson opens by setting the audience up.
How long ago? When you were doing Mork and Mindy, how long ago? Was that 10 or 12 years?
About 10.
And Jonathan came on and did how many episodes with you?
Winters comes out. He hugs Williams. They start trading bits about their old days on Mork and Mindy, and then Winters delivers an unexpected line about their off-camera lifestyle.
When I first met him and on Mork and Mindy, we had a marvelous time.
Those were good days.
You had access to more medication in those days.
Shows were real quick.
I noticed the stuff wore off tonight.
Yeah.
Williams pivots into the story of Winters winning his Emmy for Davis Rules, the night he didn't show up. Winters tells the story himself. He says his wife told him he didn't have a chance. He went to a friend's house for ribs instead. Carson is fully gone.
And I turned to my wife of many years and I said, "What do you think, sweetheart?" And she said, "You don't stand a chance."
The dynamic on the couch is unique in the entire Carson archive. Three comedians who all genuinely love each other, with Williams operating at the speed of the man he idolizes most. While the Winters episode was Williams matching his hero, the 1982 appearance was Williams establishing what he had to offer in the first place. The Garp year, 1982, August 1982. Williams is promoting The World According to Garp, the role that proved he could act, not just improvise. He walks onto Carson's stage. Sears has had a sale. Williams makes that the opening line.
It's a miracle I'm on TV again! It's shame!
And you're walking again, aren't you?
Believe there is a movement going. A new movie, Altered Suits.
The opening line. Williams pivots to Topanga Canyon, the old hippie commune above LA. Carson asks if it's still there. Williams says no, but the people who used to live there are still wandering around, still locked in 1969.
Wow, Nixon, he's gone, man. Oh. Sure. A lot of people running around with one wheel in the sand if you catch.
Then the bit about a Topanga Canyon human car wash, the old free love commune Williams had heard about as a kid in the Bay Area.
Isn't Topanga Canyon where they had that kind of freewheeling, very open...
Oh, the human car wash, yeah.
Well, something like that.
Williams turns to Mork and Mindy, which ABC had just canceled. He delivers the line that gets Carson breaking on his own decade-long ratings war with rival shows.
He said, "Mork this," and I took a hike. It's so sad. It's so hard to go around and, "Excuse me, sir, can you spare $40,000 a week?"
Then the closer, a Richard Simmons impression with a fake general from Custer's army that goes harder than anyone expects.
Oh, honey, that wig's coming off anyway. Let's go. Opening number for the Indians, pasties and tomahawks only. Let's go. Here's your choreography. First of all, let's shoot, scalp, shoot.
Carson is gone. He waves the segment off. He goes to commercial, which just goes to show Robin Williams broke Johnny Carson 9 times across 11 years. Other comedians made him laugh. Other comedians got him to slap the desk. But nobody ever shut down Carson's hosting instinct the way Williams did. The man who had spent 30 years steering every guest in late night television only ever surrendered the wheel for one of them, and the clips outlived both of them.